Hi everyone, I'm Mimi, Customer Engagement Functional Consultant at Quantic, and welcome to the BI Summit. Today, I'm going to talk to you about Power BI and its extensive reporting capabilities, especially when integrating with other Power Platform elements like Canvas app or model-driven app. So a little bit about myself. I've been working in IT for 8 years, focusing mainly on Microsoft application support and development. And I've been working with Dynamics 365 and Power Platform for 4 years, with experience in hospitality, finance, and banking. In today's session, I would like to give you a high-level overview of Power BI, then a live demo of Power BI with a Power BI opportunity and sales report embedded into a model-driven app, as well as having a Powerapps visual within a Power BI report. All questions are welcome at the end of the presentation. So let's begin with the first part of today's content, which is a high-level overview of Power BI, in which I'm going to give you a brief introduction about Power BI and Power BI licenses. So what is Power BI? Power BI is a collection of software services, apps, and connectors that work together to turn your unrelated data sources into coherent and interactive insights. So Power BI consists of Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, and Power BI Mobile. However, I will not discuss much about Power BI Mobile in today's session and rather focus more on Power BI Desktop and Power BI Service. Power BI Desktop is a free application you install on your local computer, and it lets you connect, transform, and visualize your data. You can then also create report and share or publish the report. Let's take a look at these functions in more details. First of all, Power BI can connect to more than 80 data sources, ranging from online to on-premise, from basic Excel list to Azure hybrid connection. So you can connect data from application or from your organization, from big data, or from like imported text or CSV. The Power BI Get Data feature lets you quickly and easily connect to all of your data. And I think for the first time, you can easily get a consolidated view of your data, no matter where the data lives. And once you have connected to your data, you will then transform the data within Power BI Desktop. You can consolidate data from a broad range of sources using merging or appending queries from multiple queries into a single query. And as you all know, raw data always contains lots of information that may not be necessary for reporting. So you can easily cleanse your data and remove errors before properly analyzing it. And from Power BI Desktop, you can also define calculations, which is known as measures in Power BI, to generate new fields to use in your report. These measures are going to create new information based on the existing data in your model. And these measures can be like sums, averages, minimum or maximum values, or it can be like more advanced calculation that you create yourself using DAX formula. If you are an expert Excel user, I'm sure you will not have any problems creating DAX formulas because they are very, very similar. And last but not least, Power BI can also detect relationship, categorize the data automatically to fit your specific insights. So the moment that you load the data into Power BI like it's clever. It's gonna detect like the relationship between tables and create the relationship automatically. Of course, you can change these relationship based on like whatever you need for your reporting. And similar to other BI tools, you can also visualize data using built-in visuals within Power BI desktop. These visuals like are various and ranging from donuts, pie charts, bar charts, basic area, waterfall, field maps, tree maps, funnel, you name them. We have quite a lot of built-in, ready to be used visualization within Power BI desktop. You can, like, in addition to these visualization, you can also use some custom visuals available from the Power BI Visual Marketplace. All of these custom visuals are published and shared to GitHub. So you can, if you are interested, you can always log into GitHub and have a look at these custom visualizations. I think like for the first time ever, never before that a timeline or a storytelling using visuals can be done that easily with this custom visual from Power BI desktop. Basically, you just need to drag and drop this visual into the report page and you just draw whatever shape that you would like for storytelling or timeline and drag the data in, and you have a beautiful storytelling and timeline visualization within the Power BI desktop. And last but not least, with Power BI desktop, you are gonna put, like, once you connect the data, you transform the data, you build all of your beautiful visuals and charts and tables, you put them all together in a report, and then you can save it as a PBIX file and send it to other people. You can also publish it to Power BI service to widely share with the rest of your organization or the rest of the world. And that brings us to the next section in the overview of Power BI, which is the Power BI service. Power BI service, sometimes referred to as Power BI Online, is the software as a service part of Power BI. So if Power BI desktop is to connect data, transform data, visualize the data, create the report, Power BI service is more about sharing whatever you have created in Power BI desktop. So Power BI service helps you manage reports and data sets, create and share dashboards, manage workspace, create and publish an app, and last but not least, configure the schedule refresh. You can see some of the key differences between Power BI desktop and Power BI service within this slide, this screen. So first of all, from Power BI service, you can create and share dashboard. Like once you finish creating the Power BI reports from Power BI desktop, you're going to publish it to Power BI service. And then you can pin the visuals from that report into a dashboard, or you can also pin the whole report to the dashboard. And then you're going to share the dashboard with other people. However, sharing the dashboard is going to require another license. It is not just like the free license that you use when you download Power BI desktop. And access to data can also be restricted by role level security. Share dashboard can also be forced to be refreshed manually by end user, and we don't need to like configure the data refresh. User can also refresh the data if they would like to get more updated data without waiting for the schedule refresh. These dashboards can also be shared with external users, like I've mentioned earlier, as long as you have the right Power BI license. The next thing that you can do with Power BI service is Workspace. So workspaces are places to collaborate with colleagues or other users to create a collection or a number of collections of dashboards, reports, data sets, and paginated reports. So by default, you always have your own workspace called My Workspace. And Workspace Administration is in Power BI. It is not in Office 365. However, you can still manage user access to content through Microsoft 365 user groups. And of course, similar to sharing a dashboard, users will need a Power BI Pro license to collaborate on the dashboard and reports in the workspace. With the Power BI Premium capacity, which I will discuss a little bit later about Power BI license, users with the viewer role can access the workspace without Power BI Pro license, but that is only for Power BI Premium capacity. The next thing about Power BI service is creating an app. So in Power BI, you can create an official package of content and then distribute it to a broad audience as an app. So you create a workspace and then you add a number of reports and dashboards to that workspace. And once the workspace is created, you're going to publish it as an app. And then users within the organization with the right access, they can install the app and automatically they have access to all of the dashboards and reports that you have already added to the workspace. So this is a very easy way to share Power BI reports and dashboard with a broad audience, like with the whole organization as well. If you share it based on like the Azure Active Directory group. And finally, from Power BI service, you can also configure the schedule refresh. So schedule data refresh, you can do it up to 8 times a day or 48 times a day if you have a Power BI Premium capacity, so that all of your reports and dashboards are always updated. And of course, credentials must be provided for gateway connection to schedule data refresh. And also, you only have to refresh the data if you use import mode when you load data to Power BI. If you use direct query mode, you don't have to do it because it is direct query. So the moment that you open the Power BI reports or the Power BI dashboards, the data is up to date. It is the latest data. So you don't need to do this refresh configuration. So those are the key functions of Power BI Desktop and Power BI Service. So basically, Power BI Desktop is the place for you to create the reports, to like transform your data, connect the data, and create various advanced DAX formulas and functions to create the reports. And Power BI Service is more for sharing those reports and manage those contents. And of course, in order to share the dashboard and like create workspace and create an app, we need the right license. The availability of Power BI features also depend on what licenses users are having. Power BI users can have either a free license, and that free license is like when you download Power BI Desktop and then you can connect to whatever data that you would like to, and then you start to like play with it, create reports, create visuals, and do whatever you would like to do with it. And you don't need to like buy and to pay for anything. You can just download and use it. That is the free license. However, the moment that you need to share the reports with other people within your organization, then you need the Power BI Pro license. The Power BI Pro license costs about £7 per user per month, and you have the ability to create workspace, to publish an app. So with this price, it is quite reasonable. You also have the option for Power BI Premium license, which is the organizational subscription for content storing and sharing, and the price can be various. So Power BI Premium allows you to access features and capabilities only available in Premium and offer a greater scale of performance for Power BI content within your organization. And I think around the March to 2021, within the Microsoft Ignite, Microsoft announced the Power BI Premium per user, which is about $20 per user per month, around like 15 pounds per user per month for a standalone license. If you have only got the E5 or Pro license aside, then it's going to be about £7 a month, which is not bad either for premium capacity. So those are the key features of Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, and Power BI License. The next part of today's session, I would like to show you, to give you a live demo of all of these Power BI Desktop and Power BI Service. So first of all, let's go to Power BI Desktop. This is the report that I created in Power BI Desktop, and the data comes from Microsoft Dynamics 365 sales. And I connect, I use Dataverse to connect to the data. And this is the Get Data feature within Power BI Desktop. And you can see from the list how many connections that are available within Power BI Desktop and you can connect to. We have the Power Platform option here as well with the Dataverse option. And I use this connection to connect to the data. And I connect to data using direct query. So this data is like the most up-to-date data. And this is because I use the direct query, so you do not see the data here. If you use import mode, then you will see different tables in this section. And this is the relationship. This is a very simple report, so you do not see a lot of complicated relationship here. And if you would like to transform data, you can click this button. And from transform data, we are able to see all of the details of all of the data that I used in this report. And you have all of the options to transform the data from here as well, like transpose, merging, appending queries, create new custom columns, and then you can also create advanced. You can also use advanced editor. This is I think Powerapps queries to create custom columns, as well as I specify the data source. So we can do a lot of things within the transform data within Power BI Desktop. And these are all of the available visualization that you can use within Power BI Desktop. And creating a visuals within Power BI Desktop is quite simple, to be honest. Basically, it is just a drag and drop. For example, if I just drop it here, change it to a card, then you have the total value already. And for example, if I would like to create some other chart based on the product name, this one, and then total sales, and then I can just select the visualization that I would like to build. I can do the column one. I can do this one as well. It's very easy. And then you can also change the format. For example, I like to see the data. You can also change how you like the data to be displayed. 1000 or none. which is very easy, and just a few clicks away, you are able to create beautiful visuals and charts. And once you're finished with these like creation of visuals and tables and charts, we are able to publish this to Power BI service. So if you click this button, then you will be able to publish this to Power BI service. And when you publish it to Power BI service, we're going to select the workspace where you would like to publish the report. For example, you are creating a workspace for let's call it like sales workspace, and then we're going to publish the sales report to the sales workspace, which I'm going to show you a bit later in Power BI service. But this is how we publish it to Power BI service from Power BI desktop. And this is Power BI service. So I published this to my Power BI demo workspace. And this is the report that I published it to. And then these are, like, you can see the default My Workspace, and this is the additional Power BI demo workspace that I created. You can create workspace easily from here. Let's give it a name. Sales reports, for example. Save. So you have a new workspace. And you can upload this one. For example, let me delete this one. Okay. I just need to save the report before I publish it to the workspace. And we're going to publish it. And you can see the sales workspace available as an option for you to publish. Let's publish this to the sales workspace. Select. So we are publishing the opportunity demo to the sales workspace. Now let's go to the sales workspace and give it a refresh. Yep, you can see the opportunity report is now available within the sales workspace. And whenever you publish the report to Power BI service, by default, you will have a dataset record as well. And from this dataset, you are able to create new report. And the next thing, and I can show you as well, it is the apps. So from Workspace, I have created a Power BI demo app. And this is one of the reports that I created as well. Dashboard, and we have the opportunity demo as published as an app. The way it works is exactly the same as from the report, but this is an app. Yep. And the next thing that I would like to show you is having a Powerapps visual embedded in Power BI. So this is the goals report that I created for the sales, for a sales company, a demo sales company. And these goals, this one also connect to the data also come from Dataverse. I connected to Dataverse to build this report. This is from Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales. And this report is going to allow you to update the sales target like live, like the moment, like for example, in an executive board meeting, and all of the sales manager would like to review all of the sales targets, and they're going to check whether or not the target is relevant and achievable. And if it is not achievable, they are able to change the target like right from the Power BI report. For example, let's see the Twickenham one. I can see that they've only like made 40% of the target that they are supposed to do. So okay, let's change the target because I don't think they will be able to make it by the end of the year. So we're gonna change it because their target is like 5 million. We're gonna change it to like 3 millions. Hopefully by the end of the year, the sales team, the corporate sales team, gonna make it like 2-3 million. And then the moment I update it, you will be able to see all of these charts updated as well. Yep, so it is now updated. I also use direct query mode. So the moment that you change the data here, the data in Dataverse is updated as well. So it is no longer 5 million, it is now 3 million targets, and the corporate sales have made like 60% already, so they only have 33% left to do by the end of the year. This is very easy, like you can make the change directly within Power BI report. We were not able to do it before, but everything is feasible now with these embedded feature of Powerapps visuals within Power BI report. And another thing I would like to show you is, instead of having a Powerapps, a Canvas app Powerapps embedded within Power BI, we are able to embed the whole Power BI desktop dashboard or Power BI report in a model-driven app. So as you can see, this is the sales Dynamics 365, Microsoft Dynamics 365 sales. And this is the event sales dashboard that I created, and this is a Power BI one. The way the Power BI, this is the whole report that I embedded into this dashboard, so you are able to interact with this dashboard, with this report as well. Let me refresh it. So you are able to interact with this report exactly the same way as in Power BI desktop. And these are the individual visuals that I pinned to this dashboard. So instead of pin like the whole report like this one, I want to pin different visual, and we are not able to interact with these visuals because they are individual visuals pinned into the dashboard. But the moment that you click into the visuals, it's going to take you to the to the report, and you can interact with the visuals from the report. Yep, exactly the same way. Also, you can also embed a Power BI report into a single record within a model-driven app as well. Let's change it to so I added a Power BI tab to the account form. And the details, all of the information within this report is filtered based on the account ID. So from this one, just a single click, I know how many the sales of these like how much we have got, we have sold to this customer. Values, and we can see the opportunity values here as well. Let's go to another account, and you can see the difference. Power BI. it is filtered based on the account ID. So these are some of the examples that we can use with Power BI, as well as the integration between Power BI and the other elements of the Power Platform. So let's move to the next part of our presentation. So why should we select Power BI? Gartner recognizes Microsoft as a leader for the 14th consecutive year in the 2021 Gartner Magic Quadrant for Analytics and Business Intelligence Platform. And you can see Microsoft is placed quite high in the list in comparison with other well-known BI tools like Tableau or Qlik. So Microsoft Power BI as an industry leader within the BI. Also, within Power BI, it is insights into action. So we do not just view the data. It is also about we take action about this data, especially with the combining of Power BI with Powerapps and Power Automate. So users can interact with the data at the moment that they view the data, like what we've just done with the goals in the live demo. BI in everyone's hands. Power BI Desktop is free, and anybody can start to build their own reports and visuals from Power BI Desktop and then publish it to Power BI service within their own workspace. And if you would like to share it with the rest of the organization, like £7 per user per month, then you can create various workspaces and publish it as an app. And who would not like a real-time reports and dashboard from Power BI? Knowing what's happening now, not just in the past, get access to real-time analytics to make timely decisions. And last but not least, we also offer some service like Dashboard in a Day workshop or Power BI Health Check workshop. Please contact us or request more details regarding this workshop at tellmemore@bice.co.uk. And please feel free to contact us if you have any question. Thank you very much for your time. And please, that's the end of the Power BI demo. Thank you.